Good evening everyone. Saturday night of Norfolk Live. Follow us on the hashtag tonight. We've just arrived at Great Yarmouth in Norfolk. Here to speak to the station manager. Good friend of mine. We used to go to school together, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Jim,
years ago now.
Yeah. Jim Palmer, duty station manager here at Great Yarmouth. He's kindly agreed to give us a show and tell around the fire station, what they do, etc. So I'll hand over to you, Jim.
Okay, so at Great Yarmouth Fire Station we've got 4 appliances here. The two you can see on my right and left are the 2 whole-time appliances that we have. Then got the aerial ladder platform, which is the next one down, and then the final one is the retained appliance that we've got here at Yarmouth. All do a range of different things, but essentially they're all configured the same. We've got officer in charge sitting in the front seat there, and the driver obviously next to him, and then the BA wearers and the rest of the crew are sitting in the back of the appliance. What you'll notice is that the guys leave their kit out on the floor, ready to go. You see the boots are already out, the leggings are pulled down over the boots. All they do is step into the boots, pull the leggings up, and they're ready to go. Jump straight on the appliance and off they go then. So, as they're driving out the doors, they've got their kit on. The next step they'll do is they'll get themselves settled in the seats. If we go into a fire where the guys might have to wear breathing apparatus, it's really important that they're safely secured, and they might rig en route depending on the type of incident we're going to. But the way we've set it up in here is, if you have a look inside, when the guys get up in at the cab, they put the straps on over their shoulders. If I can find it now, oh, there we go. And once they get to the job, all they then have to do is pull the lever, and they're out and ready to go. So the set comes out of the appliance that quickly, so they're ready, should they need it, to sort of take part in any life-saving interventions. Obviously, that's for smoke and that's for fires. The main bulk of our work at the moment, though, where we're rescuing lots of lives and saving lots of people, is around road traffic collisions. So, along with the work the police are doing around the fatal fall, obviously it's really important for us to get involved in it as well. So we're doing lots of work around road casualty reduction partnerships. We're doing child seat checking as well. And if you want to know when your next child seat checking event is, look at Norfolk Fire, where we tweet it, or our website. That'll tell you exactly what's going on there. So what we've got here, this is the heavy rescue pump at Great Yarmouth. This is the only one in the Eastern District in terms of a heavy rescue pump. And as you can see, it's got some quite substantial kit on it. So for example, this cutter up here has got a 100-ton cutting force. So in that area there, that's got a force of 100 tons, which will obviously cut through lorries, buses, trains, anything like that we might need to go to. We've also got some smaller ones as well, depending on the type of accident we're going to, whether it's a car, whether it's a lorry. And this just enables us to cut people out of cars really quickly. You know, so what we can do now that we couldn't do 20, 30 years ago was we could make a big enough space to get the casualty out and keep them in the best possible position. So if the paramedics are concerned about their neck and back and stuff, all we can do is we can make a nice big space, cut the roof off if needs be, cut the side of the car off, and just take them out in a nice straight line. So obviously it's got to make it a lot easier for the casualties. What we have with this stuff though is, because it's so big and so cumbersome, we have a proper generator with it there as well. So this runs off hydraulic oil. So we have to take a little bit of time setting this up, making sure we've got all the hoses out, which obviously has an impact on the casualty. And it also means that the guys have got to carry this a lot further if they need to. So what we've also got further on down here is a slightly smaller, slightly quicker bit of kit to get to work. So you can see what this has got, is this has got the hydraulic oil reservoir in there, and it's got a battery pack on the back. So all I've got to do is pick it off the appliance, turn it on, and then it's ready to go straight away. Okay, so you can see that's not as big and that's not as cumbersome as the main bits of kit we've got there. But it's still massively effective, and we can use this a lot when we want to. And it does work really, really well. I was a little bit sceptical of that when I was at training school and I first tested this. But once I actually got cutting cars up and testing this, I was really impressed with how well it works. It's a really good bit of kit for us. Obviously, the bit of equipment that most people are familiar with in fire engines is the pump. This fire engine's got a tank of about 2,000 litres, just over 2,000 litres of water on it. And that'll last anything from 10 minutes down to about 30 seconds, depending on which bit of equipment we're using and how much water we're trying to deliver from it. So the water basically goes in at this end, goes through the pump casing there, and then comes out through these deliveries. All right. This appliance, along with a lot of the other ones we've got in the brigade now, has also got something called compressed air foam on it, which is a really sort of new innovation, and it works really, really well at knocking down fires. And we use it a lot at car fires because it will knock a lot of the smoke out and a lot of the flames out without producing a lot of steam. All right, so it's really, really useful bit of kit for us. So guys, that's a little look around one of the fire engines we've got here at Yarmouth. You know, obviously, Chris has shown you around the police cars and they've been around the ambulances and stuff, so you know, it's a fire engine here at Yarmouth. All right.
So we're coming over to, it's going to be bonfire night.
Yeah.
Jim, any safety messages, any messages that you want to tell people about?
So the really important thing for me is try and go to organised displays. You know, if you're going to store fireworks, make sure they're stored safely and securely. But I would really urge people just to go to organised displays and not get involved with them at home as well. If you are going to use them at home, then make sure you follow the manufacturer's safety instructions, okay? And make sure you definitely do not play around with fireworks. It happens all the time, and these guys go to it all the time. We go to them quite regularly as well. People playing around with fireworks, throwing them around. You know, and the number of times I've been to a house fire, it's been caused by a firework being put through a letterbox or something like that. You know, just do not touch them. They are explosives, guys, at the end of the day. So be really, really careful with them.
Excellent. We've just had a question. How much do the BA kits weigh?
I don't know the exact weight off the top of my head, but Chris picked it up earlier and was surprised how heavy it was.
So yeah, I'll leave that to you, Jim. I'll stick with my body armour, I think. Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of the water in the back,
yeah.
How quickly can you get through the water in one of the engines?
Okay, so that depends. Like I say, I mean, some of the hand control branches we have here, you can see on the end there, it's got a different litrage per minute. So I can change the setting on that up to about 600, 700 litres a minute. So 2,000 litres of water on tap there, or just over 2,000 litres on there. You know, you're probably looking at something in the region of 3 minutes, 4 minutes with that on full bore. If you look at our aerial ladder platform over there, which we'll go and have a look at if you like, it's a 32 metre ladder on an appliance like that with it's got 2 hydraulic booms on it, so we can go up and down. But it's also got, I don't know if you can see it there, Joe, the black pipe running up the middle there. That's the hose that takes the water all the way up to the monitor at the top. You know, and that is something in excess of 3,000 litres a minute that gets through. We run that at 10 bar as well. So if you think 2,000 litres in there, 3,000 through there, it's going to be less than a minute quite comfortably on that appliance.
Okay. And how many people work on the ladder platform?
So 2 people go out on that. The cage has got a maximum load of 4 people, 400 kilos. So you can imagine if we're doing rescues from that and we're having to rescue people from height, we're up and down quite a lot because that ladder, whilst we could rescue people with the ladder, you know, and we will do if we have to, it's much safer and it's much better for members of the public if they can be in the cage, because trying to get members of the public to climb down that ladder would be quite difficult.
We've already had that discussion.
We have,
I think me and Joe both said that we wouldn't be climbing down 32 metres with a ladder.
Especially when the wind's up, it's exciting. So.
Okay, I think that's all the questions.
Excellent. So keep following us on the hashtag Norfolk Live. Myself and Joe are going to be joining Sergeant Mark Shepherd, ACC Sarah Hamlin for public order tonight. We've got PC Stephen Lee in the control room tweeting out on the corporate account and his account as well, jobs, so you can see what the demand is. Have a safe Halloween. We put lots of safety messages out. It's all about working together. So yeah, keep following us, keep questions coming in, and yeah, we'll speak later on.
Just to add, if anyone needs to get in touch with me or the fire service, don't remember, at Norfolk Fire, they'll answer all your questions for you as well. So,
cheers, Jim. Sorry. Thanks ever so much. No, thank you.